Today, I'm going to tell you an interesting story about the life of St. Thomas Aquinas. St. Thomas is also known as the patron saint of students, universities, booksellers, and theologians. He was born in 1225 in Rocca, Sitka, Italy. His father was a knight of Emperor Frederick, and his mother belonged to the Neapolitan Caracciolo family. When he was a child, he was known to have an intellect way beyond his age. He would even ask questions that surprised adult people around him. When he was just 5 years old, he was sent off to Monte Cassino Abbey. There, the monks began to educate him, and his love for learning began to bloom. In the year 1244, when he was 19, St. Thomas joined the Dominican order, a group of friars who were seriously devoted to preaching and learning. But his mother was absolutely furious. She had him kidnapped by his own brothers and locked away for a year. They tempted him with distractions, even sending 2 women to seduce him, but Thomas drove them out with a flaming stick. That night, he vowed to remain pure for life. Eventually, his family gave up trying to stop him. He then went to study in Cologne under Albert the Great, a teacher who would later become a saint. Albert quickly realized that Thomas was no ordinary student. Though quiet and gentle, he believed Thomas had a razor-sharp intellect. His classmates called him the dumb ox because of his silence. But Albert famously said, "You call him a dumb ox. One day the voice of this ox will be heard around the world." St. Thomas began writing and teaching, combining faith and reason like never before. He also wrote numerous books about ethics, faith, philosophy, and moral theology. His greatest masterpiece, the Summa Theologiae, also known as the Summary of Theology, was an ambitious attempt to explain Christian doctrine logically and systematically. He wrote the book to provide a clear, organized explanation of Christian theology for students and preachers. It covered everything such as God, creation, morality, the sacraments, and salvation. Even today, this book is still used for theological study. He also wrote beautiful hymns that are still sung today, like Tantum Ergo and Pange Lingua. St. Thomas believed that learning wasn't just an academic pursuit, but a way to love God with all your mind. In 1273, when he was 48 years old, he experienced something mystical while celebrating a Mass. Then he just stopped writing. When urged to continue the book Summa, he said, "I can write no more. All that I have written seems like straw compared to what I have seen." It was said that he had encountered a glimpse of divine mystery too great for words. The following year, he died from a head injury, leaving behind a legacy as one of history's greatest philosopher and theologian. According to researchers, he wrote over 8 million words about God and theology. He was also known to be a prolific and fast thinker. At some point in his life, he had 3 secretaries that would assist him in transcribing his notes, ideas, and writing. He would even dictate to each of them simultaneously without losing track of his thoughts. Today, St. Thomas is venerated as the patron saint of students, universities, booksellers, and theologians. His feast day is celebrated every 28th of January. If you like stories like this, support us, follow, like, and subscribe.